Welcome to the Arclight Battery, your power source for all things Warcraft Rumble related. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the new PvP changes, and we'll be looking at different minis, see which ones lost a little with the tower change, see which ones are better now that the tower is different, and who the real MVP of PvP is currently. So, before we get started, I just want to say thank you again for being here. You guys are awesome. You've shown me so much support recently, and I'm just along for the ride. I'm hoping you guys still enjoy the content, so thank you so very much. So, with that, let's get into the PvP change. So, we have replaced our single tower shots with dragon towers. These guys do a frontal cone flame breath attack, so it's elemental, and it does damage based off of how close the unit is to the tower. So, before we even look at any units, if they're melee range units, they got a little worse. And if they have a really long range, they got better, because just at the edge of this thing's range, it really doesn't do a whole lot of damage. We're going to do a real quick PvP match with a Dracosath deck that I have a deck tech coming for very soon, probably within the next day or two. I just need to level up his honor a little bit before I decide to make it. I actually want to play real players and not just bots. But we're going to do a match real quick just so you can see what the changes are. So, if you like the deck that you see, don't worry, I'll have a complete guide on it here in just a couple days, okay? So, let's see who we get in this PvP match. Okay, we're finally in. We're playing against a Grommash. So, first we want to take... Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Really, we wanted to take the ore, or the gold. But he'll take treasure chest for us. So, what is happening? Okay, my cursor is picking up different things. Okay, here we go. So, Dracosath, Shaman. Shaman to give armor to Dracosath and to heal him. And this is your entire death ball. This is all you want to play, and the rest of what you do is going to be supporting this push. So we're going to drop a safe pilot here in just a second. Hitting everything. Dropping a Griffin Rider here to support. Which was not very good. That's okay. See how little damage this does to this troll? This is what I'm talking about, the drop-off damage. So we're not too terribly worried about it right now. And we're going to distract this with a Quillbore. And you want to place it at close-ish to max range, so it doesn't die right away. I didn't do a very good job of that, but, you know, can't win them all. So, we don't really want to play Dracosath without the Shaman behind it. And on this map, you really want to play it off to the side so that the flame tower doesn't hit it too. We get these treasure chests. Dracosath is going to die before he hits that, but that's okay. We got the tower, and this is the push we're trying to protect now. We don't care about the troll too much. It will die. Get this going here. And really, before this happens, before this gets where it's going, we want to distract this with Quillbore. So that'll bust, and then hopefully it'll swap the Quillbore. Yep. Okay. Kill you with Safe Pilot. We don't need to do anything there. See how it just melts the things that are right close to it? It's pretty rough, honestly. But as long as you have a healer and things at range, it's not too terribly bad. Okay, so that's kind of the new towers and some of the mechanics. I don't know what happened in the beginning. My mouse was picking up things that it shouldn't have been, but that's okay. We saw the mechanics, and now let's get into the winners and the losers of this PvP season. Let's start with the losers of this tower change. First off, anything that's melee is generally weak right now. Dracosath is a little different because he has resistance, so he's a little tankier than normal. Also, I think the only time you play Dracosath is if you have a Shaman backing him up. It's just very solid. Probably the only way to play him. Also, things that are really weak. Things with low attack speed that don't have a very good range. So, Whelp Eggs are really good, but the Whelps themselves are pretty rough. These guys get maybe a hit off on the tower, depending on what else is happening. Drake also lost a little. It's very short range, and he has like a little wind up to his attack, and his damage isn't all up front. It's over this period of his flame breath. So he's also lost a little bit. Earth Elemental, super solid normally, very tanky. He gets melted by these towers, absolutely dumpstered by them. He is pretty rough right now. Let's see, Molten Giants are not good. Footmen, man, I play Footmen in 2 of my builds. They are not going to do well against this tower. Being melee range and having your health pool spread out over multiple units is not good in this PvP situation with this tower, because the tower's going to damage all of those health pools at the same time. So he is looking really rough. Gargoyle is pretty rough as well. Let's scroll down here and find him. Slow flying unit, doesn't have resistance. Hits hard, but man, these towers just absolutely melt him. Harpies, anything that's melee is not good. Especially these guys, they're so squishy. These guys don't even hit the tower. It's so bad for them. And then, unfortunately, Sneed is not hot right now. He's one of my favorite characters to play in PvP. However, he himself is not very good. So I'm still playing him, but, and it sounds really bad, but I play him on average 0 times a map, probably. I don't think I ever play him. I played probably 5 games today with him, and I think I played him 1 time. It was not good. He's just too much gold for what the towers do now, and he's pretty rough, to be completely honest. Grom, also probably a big loser here. You want a squad of minis with him so you can bloodlust, but everything is generally in melee range with him, so it's not looking great for him for these towers. Let's see. Hogger, probably not doing great. Tyrion, maybe he can heal. I haven't tried him yet, but I think that because of the nature of him being melee, I think that he won't heal enough to outdo what the tower is doing. I don't think he's very good. Now, let's talk about the winners. So, some of the big winners. I think Jaina is very good. She's at range, so the tower doesn't do very much damage to her. And she frosts them, so they attack slower. That's super solid here, but just the unit. So right now I play a Death Ball build with Footmen, giving them resist with Deep Breath, and Holy Nova to heal them. I don't think that's going to cut it here. Resist is not enough when you don't have very much healing backed up. Like Shaman and Drakaseth is different, because Shaman is at range, and it's a constant string of healing. I think that Holy Nova doesn't do enough for the Footmen here, especially since their health pool is spread out. So that thing's just going to melt them. Let's see, which other leader wins here? He didn't need another win, but Baron is very good here, especially with the Chill of the Grave talent, where he gets Skeletal Mages. Once again, being able to frost the towers is very good. Being able to hit them from range is very good. So just having that constant stream of map control, it's solid. It sucks that he got better, but you know, he definitely didn't lose anything. So, what minis have gained? Well, Griffin Rider with the +3 range talent is fantastic. She stops right on the edge of this thing's hitbox, basically, and this thing basically tickles her. It's pretty funny how much damage she does not take. She will almost solo a base by herself, so your opponent has to respond to her. Just incredible. Quillbore is, well, we'll talk about Quillbore here in a minute. What else has won? Huntress. Huntress is very good right now, being at ranged. She just doesn't take a lot of damage from it. Anything that's ranged and hits very hard is currently just incredible. Let's see here. What else got better? This didn't get better, Warsong Raider, but it's not bad. Being able to reduce the damage the tower deals by 50% is pretty solid. It's still played in my Sneed build. I still use it actively on all of these maps. It's a major help. It's so good. Let's see. The one that probably gained the most is Darkspear Troll. Surprising. Being ranged and hitting pretty hard, with the big bad voodoo talent, where it regenerates 20% of its health every second, means that this guy does not die to their towers or their bases anymore. The towers don't do enough damage to kill him. It's wild. It's pretty fun to watch. That said, he is squishy. He's still going to die to Safe Pilot or to, like, Wellbegs or something. But if they let this guy go unchecked, he will just kill their base. There's nothing they can do. It is what it is. What else has won here? Tanks with resist are pretty good. So Fire Elemental, it's melee, but, you know, it's resistant. So it's got a good health pool. Doesn't take as much damage from that tower. So it's decent. But generally, you don't even need a tank for these towers. Well, we'll get to a case in a second where tanks are very good. But ranged units will just kill these towers by themselves. So there's this trade-off of like, oh, my melee minions are now extremely bad, but my ranged minions are now extremely good. And then we'll get into the MVP, which is Quillbore. This guy is so good. Chef's kiss. Being resistant for 2 gold and unbound is solid. Being able to turn the towers around from your push, if you are playing melee minis, is very solid. And just with how the tower damage works, where it drops off the further away the target is, it means you don't have to play this guy in melee range of the tower to start tanking. It's more beneficial to drop him outside of the range of the tower. Pretty solid, great unit, definitely MVP when it's a Dragon Tower map. It sucks that he walks into melee, so he doesn't tank for ever. He still tanks for a good while, as long as you place him on the max range of the tower, which can take some getting used to. Sometimes you play him too close and it doesn't last as long, which I did in my PvP game. A little flustered from not being able to pick up the right minis, but, you know, you get used to it and you'll do better. But, yeah, so, Quillbore, very good, MVP. Troll, where is he? Troll, if you have the big bad voodoo talent, super solid. Will just destroy the towers by himself. Just need to protect him. So, those are the big winners, big losers, MVP. And that's the change of the towers. I think we get another change in 13 days. I believe it's this. Yeah, it should be the clean fight. So next modifier is fortifications. I don't exactly know what that is. But we'll find out, and we'll cover it when we get there. So, thank you guys for watching. I super appreciate it. Thanks for being here. If you have any questions about the current change to the PvP map, or towers, rather, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much. Bye.